Welcome back to Taco Bowler Gaming. My name is Taco Bowler, and today we're continuing our run playing as the Union in Grand Tactician Civil War. This is the second campaign as the Union, and full disclosure, this is my second time playing this particular one, and actually we have not messed with the Navy, has it? It's my second time playing this particular episode, as I failed to save at the end of the last one. You either seen that, because it was nothing to hide. So you've either seen that or you haven't. If I'm able to... we've achieved our shipyard limit. If I'm able to record the 3 episodes that would be necessary, then you haven't seen that, and I've gone ahead and, this is in place of the previous episode 4. If not, then this will be where it is, because as far as I'm aware, this is where we were. Again, not that it was necessarily bad, but just that I failed to save. But I am pulling my units back. We're going to pull those to St. Louis. We're going to pull these down to Cincinnati. I'm pulling Jet Nord out of Virginia back up to Baltimore. I've also moved all the units from the boot camp army into the regular armies so that we can have a sense of things. And I've recruited as many infantry divisions as I can to the 2,250 mark. I've also passed the artillery reform and begun recruiting the larger artillery units into these units. So just trying to get some more guns, some more men into each of these units. And I've also upgraded all the weapons. The only unit that does not have increased guns is this unit right here. Is the only one now with mixed muskets. Everything else at least has a Springfield musket. And then we have 6-pounder fielder guns on the Army of the West, as well as the Army of the Ohio begins to have some 6-fielder guns, but we still have some 10-pounders there. This 12-pounder howitzers are in here. And then some 12-pounders. And I need to figure out how to build a 10-pounder Parrot rifle, because I want to get some of those in place. But at the moment, all I can build are the 12-pounder howitzer, the 24-pounder howitzer, which I've ordered some more of those, and of course the Springfield rifle musket. There'll be 15,000 pieces ready in a month, so that'll help. Obviously the rifle being much better than some of the other options that we have available to us. But let's go ahead and play for a little bit. Where are we already having a thing? The Battle of Winchester. Oh. Retreat from that battle, please. You are not in position to fight that fight. And the Union has issued bonds. That's perfectly fine. So I've been playing a little bit offline, trying to get another start. That was the other thing I considered, was just moving that offline to online. Is this why maybe they did that? Like, don't go there. Retreat. Like, just don't fight that. Retreat, and actually retreat into a area that makes sense. This isn't difficult. Alright, well, the Army of Tennessee is going to throw some wrench into the plans. Let's, you know what, I think you have enough men. You're going to be capable of winning, especially since we're also bringing down the Army of the Ohio into the same general area, at least for now. Head on down there. So yeah, why don't you actually retreat instead of encamping there? let you actually retreat. There we go. Maybe they finally got out. They finally got out. Okay. Of course, the other aspect of this that was happening was that some of these units were on their way to the 3-month, volunteers are gone. You can see our number of fielded manpower is down from 75,000 at the start of the episode to 62,000 because that 3-month thing has ended. So that's something to be looking at. As far as I can tell, as far as Spain goes, you just have to keep doing these things. There's some, especially in diplomacy and politics, that can help to get Europe on your side, but mainly it's feed Europe, which feed Europe 1 increases relations with Europe by 10, feed Europe 2 increases relations with Europe by 20, and of course emancipation. Relations to Europe plus 20, abolition of slavery, European relations plus 10. You get all those together, and you're golden. That's how you get Spain involved. There's no special things here on the diplomacy side or anything, and we're actually not going to be able to do some of those. I can't get to 3. I would have had to have taken the agriculture policy breadbasket, which I didn't take before the war. So I'm not really sure that we're going to be able to get Spain, so I'm also not that worried about it at the moment. So we'll do that here. So I got to re-look through here and see. We do have the Western Army building up a supply depot over here. I'm not going to be that concerned about that. You can start to build. I don't need a depot. I need a fort in St. Louis so that I can leave the city. That's the idea. These guys are going to come down. They're going to build a fort in Cincinnati. And we'll see what Gentnord does over here. We are now outnumbered 2-1 by the Confederates. And that is a problem. And not a problem I'm used to facing as the Union. But we can begin to answer that with Militia Acts 3 and 4 once Breadbasket is done in 0.2 days. But that'll take some time. So I am kind of leaning toward doing recruitment offices. Obviously, there's a lot of things you can get here. And including things like machine guns or all sorts of things. Organization reform is something I really want to work toward. Things like repeating rifles, rifled artillery, that's probably where you get the parrots. A lot of these things are really, really good stuff. Oh, no, parrot rifles right here. Trying to work toward that would be really, really good. Rebore muskets just lets you get some more muskets to buy. But I think that we need to get recruitment offices because each level of this project further increases the number of available volunteers, and I think we just need to lean into that a little bit here just to try and get the volunteer numbers up. And trying to do that here. I am noticing movement down here. Not really what I'm after. I wonder if these things have anything to read. An act that changes the contract length of new volunteer units to 24 months. These contracts allow units to remain in the Army long enough to be more effective in battle. Recruitment quotas are also increased. No, that... Oh, there. So the Army of the Potomac is definitely moving. They have 19,000. Moop Moop will be able to handle that. Should be able to handle that. Without Gentnord. But we'll still move Gentnord south-ish. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to deploy to defend here, and then pause. Why do they always... Why are they able to get to Fort Washington, and why are they always going for that? Here's another army over here. So I gotta figure out where they are and what's going on here. Did they run into this unit? No. I don't know what's going on there. Because that was the unit that said that they were engaging someone. I thought. I don't know. Alright, well, the Army of the Northwest is coming up here. So this is interesting. But we're going to take Moop Moop. No, don't force march. We're going to take Jitnorn. We're going to come down here. Try and join this battle. Maybe. Maybe we'll freeze the computer. Try and move these guys. All right. So one thing I'm noticing here, while we have the large advantage in men, Fort Mifflin, they're once again up in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to go ahead and assault this because I have a huge advantage in men, and I want to take advantage of that and then get up to Pennsylvania. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, looks like we've got some pretty good land to fight on, and a lot of people, an advantage on that front. We definitely want Moop Moop to take the lead in this. He had far more readiness than Jitnor did. Figure out the best way to get over there from where we are. It's probably to just head up this road and come down. We just got to get over to the road, of course. So, oh, we can deploy all the way over here now. Okay, we shall do that then. We're going to go double line. So actually, I want you to head back here. We're going to detach the artillery just so we can move a little bit better and deploy a little bit better when we get over there. What we're going to do, generally speaking, that sounds good. And so now Jitnord's army, again, go double line, but you're going to be able to just deploy regularly. We're going to have you be behind them a little bit. Actually, you come down here. Yeah, like that. Okay, we found them. They are lined up right here. Well, that's great. I like this. No, I don't want you there. I want this, please. So we're going to put the artillery from the other right there. We're going to back this unit up. So we're going to actually just put the artillery as close as we can. The artillery as close as we can. I don't think this is still going to be close enough. Oh well. It's not quite close enough. They might still fire. We'll see. And then we're going to set up the infantry behind them in support. So that should work itself out pretty well. I think. So I think this will work out fine, and then we'll bring our main attack down with the infantry there. Close this down. Go forward here. Alright, so they did build a nice wall here. Don't really care. So a couple of the guns can get there, but not all of them. That's fine. We're going to move forward. Let's see. We'll move forward that much. We'll move forward that much. Move some infantry. Where are they going? Move some infantry up to the river. That should work fine. Alright. So we go here. First division is going to go here. Second division here. Third there. And then we'll slowly come out here in a line of battle. Oh no, I'll probably still go division by division. Yeah, so they do have some artillery. I have a lot more artillery. Maybe not as good in terms of ability to fire, but that's okay. We are going to, though, have all of our artillery going into a counter battery. Oh, they didn't put up fences. They just made themselves look like a fence. Okay. There we go. We're going to put them on counter battery fire. Hopefully they still fire if there's no battery to be found. But they are at least now in range, most of them in range of whatever. You're able to hit some things here. A lot of this is moving around, so I'm going to move them back to firing at will. I hate that we detach these guys and then some of these orders still require a courier to be sent. That doesn't make much sense to me. Alright, so they are playing right into my hands. As they're trying to line up, I think, on the unfinished railroad. Okay, so they did build a fence over here. But they are still facing Jet Nord's army over here and not worrying much about what's coming from the north. So I will not let them know what's coming. I've got a nice long line here, but I think if I can hit right here with everything, should be okay. We should be able to push forward and then turn. It does look like there's a little bit of some forests around as well. These guys are already. Ooh, these guys are already hurting. So that should work out. All right, we're gonna go right on up here. Get long range on the weaponry. Make sure that that order goes. And then we're going to start marching. Alright, so first division. I'm going to pause. I want you right here. Then the second, we're going to move them right behind them. The third I'm going to actually put right here. Try and scare the living daylights out of these guys. And then we're going to move Gibbon. We're going to let them go, I suppose, and then we'll move Gibbon a bit closer to give the orders. Really didn't want you to get out of formation. It's kind of the whole point. But okay. Alright, so we're going to come in. We should have better weapons than them now. Because we have all that. And these are the two units. I went east and then, myself. And then, the named armies, I went first on these weapons. Alright, we're going to move the 2nd Division, try and move them over here. And I'm going to actually move some of these infantry. We're going to try and move them on up. We're going to put you here. You here. No! Cancel that. You here. And this one we're going to move up here. Try and get them involved. I'm not sure if these are fresh units or yeah, these are first combat. Which is less ideal. But it should still be not a problem. We're going to have them move on up, advance. But, obviously, things like this have a real good chance of happening. They're moving all their units into this kill zone. Really not sure why, but I mean, if they insist, I'd be glad to play the part I've been assigned. Give a nice surround to them. Broke one unit. I think we need to get these guys out, hopefully before they break, but I know that retreating can sometimes cause a break. This is engaged. That unit is engaged, so should be there, but I think we need to lose their flank. Move up some reserves. Move this unit forward. I'm going to retreat this unit, which means we need to bring this one forward. If we can. We are really, really close to knocking them out. Still am not sure why they've decided this was a good idea. Bunch all their units up like this. We're gonna break them pretty strongly here. Pretty soon. Yeah, here they go. So what we try and do now is while they're running away, we're going to try and capture their guns on the unit, on the map. If we can capture those guns on the map in these 53 minutes, then they become ours according to the end screen, and I think we wind up keeping more of them than otherwise. Let's see if we can't capture these guns. I want to move forward. We gotta target these guns that have decided they're still gonna try and keep them. What happens when you click the infantry and you click that little icon, they bring these little attachments out to try and take the guns and turn them around. Which, you know, obviously, it's a good thing for us. Something we would want to see happen. And here we go. They are doing that now. Take this one. Do you still have a detachment to send out? I'm not sure they do. Go take that one? Oh, yes, they're moving. Something. There we go. Alright, everything is a victory. I'm not sure what the casualty numbers are. It's about even. Which when you can get even starting out at more than 3-to-1 advantage, I think it's a good trade-off. I think it will work. I don't think we had anyone. Yeah, we had one get demoralized, but that was it. No routes. Well, it was 1.4 on routes, so that's a little bit of routes, but I would say that's a good victory. We'll see what to do when we get back to the campaign map, I guess. But I guess I'll see you there at the campaign map. Okay. So yes, the Army of Northwest is up here in Pennsylvania. So I have just redirected Moot Moot up to the north. Now, the Army of the Northwest is not very large. Moot Moot should be able to handle that on his own. You've also just gotten the perk, Flying Column, number 1. Excuse me. The Army of the Shenandoah for 28,000, and the Army of Tennessee at 18,000 are making their way for Cleveland, which is not great, but is what it is. I'm moving Sergeant Mortar to try and get a fort in this general area. That is not that is easy. I thought I was moving you. Oh, apparently it's moved. Because I'm struggling to find a place that the fort will be buildable. There we go. It was buildable here. Around this crossing. I want to try and protect that crossing. They took Covington. Oh. Let's go take that back. You guys do that. You go take that back. Alright, so again, Moot Moot should be able to handle that one. It does mean that they are pretty wide open in Virginia. So if I had any readiness at all, I could probably do some damage, but I'm not going to try to do that. For now, we're just going to keep our defenses up. I'm curious what the Western Army actually has here. Not very much. I'm going to try and make a quick strike with my army. Leave the Army of the West to deal with that. Let's make a quick strike over here. We've issued bonds again. This should be winnable. What building was constructed now? Oh, Fort Washington's been repaired. That's okay. So we're going to try and fight this quickly, and we'll see you on the battlefield. Okay. Nice and flat and open. Land. And we can even deploy across the river. So things are really looking good here. Ah, here they are. They're going to deploy with some fences. They're already shaky in their artillery. Well, if that's where they are, can I flank them with any kind of ease? Kind of thinking no. We got a huge bay here, which is very unhelpful. And this is a river that I don't think there's a crossing for. No, there's not a crossing. What I can do, though, is deploy down here. Won't be ease, but I can deploy down here and then move up and flank the side, which I think is the appropriate thing to be doing. Alright. Do that there. The one problem with this is that the headquarters are not currently on the right side of the river. So we need to fix that. There we go. Everyone's on the correct side of the river. Let's go. Alright, so we know that they are right here-ish. Can we just deploy the army straight away? I think so. We unfortunately have cavalry with us. Could actually just go flat out behind them and around them and go take the thing here. But that would likely mean a lot of waiting. I think I still have them on numbers quite a lot, so we should move forward with this just simply because we have the numbers too. What I can do, though, is send the cavalry down over to take the thing. I think that's a good idea. Leave the artillery kind of as close as we can get them without having to worry too badly. Actually, move you over here, please. They are moving. Not really sure what they're planning on doing. No, don't do that. No. There. Something like that. That is not what I told you to do. And hopefully you don't get caught. Alright, so we're starting to be able to see what they're doing here. They do appear to see what we have done. They're setting up a new line of battle, so we won't flank them, but we won't have the fences in the way. That's at least something. I am wondering if they're going to try to answer this here. Oh, hello! They're just flat out coming at us. Dismount. They're really coming at us. Why don't you just try and get up here as fast as you can. So we have 1st Division here. Move them up. 4th Division here. We're going to move them up. Other than that there, and then move the artillery beginning. Move them on up. They've completely abandoned this position. They're headed back over here, which is fine by me. Move. Move. Move, please. Please move. 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 Get out of there. Now they're not mounted. Probably a little bit of what's happening right now. But they're getting out of there. Okay. It does appear that they're going to stop at the victory point. It's set up, which means we could be facing some fence lines if they're wise. This is not ideal. What we do have as ideal is that I don't think that all of our units are first combat. They are first combat. Okay. Never mind then. So I guess the only other thing that would be ideal here is that as we move these units up slowly but surely, we will have these horse units in the back that are going to be coming down late in the battle. We can do that at least. See what they're going to try and do. Move the infantry divisions on up to the fence line up here. They're kind of all bunched up right on the victory point right now. If they want to come meet me, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not sure what they're wanting to do. Not sure they know what they want to do, but right now they're turned away from me. I'll be more than happy to do that. I really got to get these guys up here. They appear to be exhausted. They are indeed exhausted. I'm going to come back when we're ready to move, so I'm probably going to just wait around for a little bit, just because they're so exhausted. If they don't come at me. Alright, so we're still at tiring and winded here, but I think that right now is the best timing we've got, just because they're moving to respond to my horses up here. So they're all out of line, they're all in horrible positioning, so I'm going to go ahead and move, because I think that it's the best shot we've got at it. And so hopefully it works itself out. We've got the cannons able to hit something, and we're just going to go. Same thing as last time, I'm going to wait to move the commander until some of these forces have actually moved. The commander does move a little bit quicker than others. Right now we have fences on our side and working for us. So we're going to try and utilize that as much as we can. But for the most part, just keep these horses up here distracting them. As long as that remains a thing. Have you move on up, Star. Try and get into the units up over here. No, don't cut across. It's a fool. Right now we're trying to move these guys right on into position, right where they should be. You move right on over here. That's wonderful. Back up a little bit more. Come on. Come on. And then I'm going to move the cavalry down to complete the encircle. And move the artillery up here. I know these guys aren't going to move very far, but at least get there. We've just routed an artillery unit. And I'm fully aware that some of this artillery is yeah, these guys are nervous. Yeah, that was not cool. Figure out what we're doing here. Alright, I want you to attack this unit. I want you to attack that unit. You're going to provide them with some cover. You're going to move up here. You just be here. You be right here. That should work itself out. You'd better rally. Rally them. And for the moment, we're not going to try and take the guns that were left behind somewhere in here. They may already have them. In another unit. They are going to break here real soon. They haven't already. I want to make sure they're leaving behind some guns. Yeah, the enemy's retreating. That's what we wanted to see. So now we're going to come try and steal the guns. Again. And, figure out where they are, because these are done, right? Yeah, they're done. Saw the icon somewhere. Maybe we gotta let them move a little bit. Here's one. There's one. Yeah, there's some over here. It's really hard to see anything. I'm not seeing anywhere the first artillery unit broke. Maybe those are either already gotten or something. We should be okay, though. Oh well. But this works out pretty well for us. How did the casualties go on that one? Ah! We beat them 2-1. Fantastic. Fantastic. Good job all around, guys. Alright, well, we'll begin the next episode on the campaign map, and I guess I will see you then.